Hello, everyone. Can you guess where we are? Well, we're in Guatemala, not just anywhere. We are on our way to Petan, which is a Guatemalan department, which has Tikal, which is in the city of Flores. Right now, we're in the car from Lake Atitlan to Guatemala City because we're going to take a flight from Guatemala City to Flores and then take a car ride back to our hotel. And during that time, we took a little pit stop where we stopped at this gas station and it had a really cool sink, which is what I am showing here in the video. It is like a gas handle. I just thought it was cool or interesting and just wanted to show you guys. Let me know what you think. We ate at this restaurant, which is in our hotel. The food was really good. The carpaccio was amazing. The carpaccio in Guatemala has been top tier. And everything here at this hotel, Lewkin, was really good. And here is the fish tank in the lobby, which my boyfriend likes because he likes fishes and they're like really big. And then here we are getting on our flight, and this is where everything just sorts of hits the fan. I feel like travel can be really fun, and sometimes things don't go according to plan, and that's totally okay. I am not going to name the hotel. So, this hotel, or the location of where Tikal National Park is on the border of Belize, which you should keep in mind just for geographic context so you know where it's closely located. But what was wrong with this hotel was the service. The people there were kind of rude to us when literally everywhere else everyone has been unbelievably amazing. They said there was a problem with our tour deposit, even though they didn't tell us that it had to be paid within a week. We were told we could pay at the hotel, which is what we were going to do because that was just easiest. They didn't give us like some other sort of payment options. Otherwise, we would have done that. So they canceled our tour, but thanks to the 21st century having technology, we were able to find another company to take us to the park, which, mind you, we only flew in one day. Like, we were only there for 16 hours or something. We were not even there, I believe, for a whole 24 hours. So that's why it was like we had to go on that day, or it just wasn't gonna happen. Because the following day we were flying out to Colombia, and so shout out to Tikal to go. They saved a day. They have impeccable service. Not only were they able to pick us up from the airport, because again our hotel canceled our booking for the car ride, which, mind you, it's like 2 hours away because you're basically driving really far from where the city is, where the hotel is actually located in. And then Tikal goes like, hey, do you guys need a ride back? And we're like, yes, that would be amazing, because we thought we are just going to get one with the hotel. So the guy actually helped us book that and then also book the tour to the Tikal Lodge. I did that over the phone when we found out that our booking was canceled. So hashtag, yay, I love last minute bookings. And then not only Tikal Go actually has an office in Flores, and the driver is like, oh, when's your flight? And we told him, and he's like, oh, you have a couple hours before you have to go to the airport. Did you guys want to go there directly, or did you want to kind of check out the city? Because there are some nice places to go in the area and you can make it on time for your flight. And we're like, oh, we'd like to go, but we didn't really plan. And then they have an office. Tikal to Go has an office in Flores, and they let us leave our stuff there at the office in Flores, which was really, really nice, because then we didn't have to carry around our bags. We could just, have like our phone and wallets and stuff, and they didn't charge us extra because we already had paid for the booking for the last minute tour to Tikal and everything. And I'm not complaining, but I just also want to share that sometimes things don't go according to plan, and it's just how you react. Because this trip could have gone really, really bad. This part of the trip could have gone really bad, but it didn't because we were able to save the day and just like rebook this part of the trip. And now onto a more positive, happy note now that I've gotten that out of the way. The Tikal National Park is so beautiful in person. If you ever get the chance to go and visit, I highly recommend that you do. And some of the pyramids you are allowed to climb on, and how you know is when you book a guided tour. Your guide will tell you you can climb on this one, or this one you can't climb. And of course, these are all very sacred, and they still perform rituals and stuff. So remember to be respectful when you arrive and not to leave any trash or anything. Just be mindful. And of course, because you are in the jungle, you are going to need bug spray. If you think you don't need bug spray, lie. This was an altar built in 2011, and they added a sign to it. And here is another temple. And the interesting part of visiting Tikal is that not even like 15% of, let's say, out of 100 has been excavated. So there's still a lot unknown. They just have not continued to excavate it. And so you're going to see a lot of hills and stuff, but actually it's just it has not been uncovered. There's pyramids and temples and stuff that are still very much covered. And just like a slight tidbit known, have you heard about the underwater town of the Mayans in Lake Atitlan? And how basically what happened, there was a volcano explosion, and then over time the water levels rose, and that's how Lake Atitlan became a lake. But there is so much interesting there to find out about the bottom of the lake. And sometimes they will find artifacts and stuff, but they have not really explored at the bottom of the lake. So we got to visit part of the castle that they built there. And now when you think castle, you're thinking European architecture from England or from France or from Germany. But they had their own version of the castle. And we actually got kind of lost, but luckily we found our way back, which was good that we did. And yeah, so if you visit, I recommend wearing a comfortable shoes. But I actually did find a lot of people there. They were like severely well dressed. Like I thought we were going to a fashion show or something, but people were just like really well dressed there. So, just make sure you wear something comfortable and that you can walk in. But I did find people, like girls wearing heels and stuff. So I was actually very surprised at that. Because I was like, how were they able to walk in? Because it's like, very in the jungle. But hey, if they can do it, props to them. No hate. And what is really interesting is the city of Flores actually is very well maintained, and the architecture of the surrounding is so different from the rest of Guatemala, which I'm sure you've seen if you've seen any of my prior videos of visiting Guatemala. And the road to Tikal is probably the cleanest, nicest road I've ever been in Guatemala. And it's just so interesting how the architecture is different from region to region, and also the weather. Like, it was unbelievably hot there. But yeah, it is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and if you are able to go, I recommend that you go. Here we are back in the city of Flores, catching some food before our flight, and I got this pizza with onions, and then I don't recall the name of that dish, and then some nachos. And this was the view at the restaurant that we went to go eat at, which was really amazing. And we're really close to the border here, just for context. And this was really nice. And we did buy a couple things while we were here, but we didn't really have a lot of time to go shopping. And I would like to come back with just a bit more time to visit Tikal, because I feel like the pyramids are so beautiful, so gorgeous, and it was very nice. And then it's like suitcase time, so this was actually us going back, not just to Guatemala City, but going onward. And can you guess where I am going next? We are meeting up with some friends, and this is towards the end of our trip, so it's gonna be probably a bit different because we're not flying back home just yet. And if you have any questions, let me know, but I recommend visiting Tikal if you get the chance. You may know this or not, but they do charge an entry into Tikal National Park. Of course, it is cheaper if you are a national of Guatemala or a citizen of Guatemala. And if you are a foreigner, you will pay a higher price. That fee is cash only, which in this case would be quetzales, which is the currency of Guatemala. That is just something to keep in mind if you do visit. And thank you for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.